So should we put it on slideshow or is this okay? This
No,
is
that's it.
fine, right?
Okay, I just
Okay.
wanted to start with quotes from Bhagavad Gita on condolence and healing because Ma loved the Bhagavad Gita, the immortality of the spirit. The spirit is neither born nor does it die at any time. It does not come into being or cease to exist. It is unborn, eternal, permanent, and primeval. The spirit is not destroyed when the body is destroyed. This is chapter 2, verse 20. Chapter 2, verse 22 says, just as a person puts on new garments after discarding the old ones, similarly, the living entity or the individual soul captures new bodies after casting away the old bodies. Chapter 2, verse 25 says, the spirit is said to be unexplainable, incomprehensible, and immutable. Knowing the spirit as such, you should not grieve for the physical body. Verse 28 says, all beings are unmanifest or invisible to our physical eyes before birth and after death. They manifest between the birth and the death only. What is there to grieve about? So we will celebrate Ma's life and we will not grieve. It was hard for me for the last few days, and I did grieve, still trying to come to terms with it.
No, it honestly isn't.
Knowing this, I still have grieved the loss of her physical being, and it is probably part of my physical body's healing. I know right now she is in a better place with many of her loved ones, like Baba, her brothers and sisters. I want to conclude my sayings with some readings from the Bible. Psalm 73:26 says, my flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Isaiah 25:8 says, he will swallow up death forever. The sovereign Lord will wipe away the tears from all faces. And that is my prayer, that the sovereign Lord will be wiping away all our tears. Omar wanted to share something. Come here, Omar.
Like I'm gonna be on camera.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
You can hear me, right?
Yep.
Awesome. So I'm just gonna say something about grief as well as healing in an Islamic perspective, which is more about accepting grief and just going with it and embracing it and not brushing it under the rug as we sometimes do, especially with patients. We see it as a weakness if we carry on with grief over time. So Islamic perspective would be more about accepting it and combining it with patience and having faith and being strong. So one way I will end it is whenever we hear of a death, we say something. We say, from God, we our source that we come, and to him we return. In Allahi wa in Allahi rajaun. Thank you. And Ritam would be stepping up now.
All right. So I just wanted to remember, just wanted to thank Bapum, Boto, and Ahuna for taking care of Dima during the final moments because they took pretty much all the responsibility, which was so awesome. And then I just want to remember my childhood when Dima used to tell me stories from Hindu scriptures, like stories about the Buddha and um, the Bhagavad Gita and Krishna and everything. And ever since then, I've always had a deep interest in spirituality from a young age. So it was a huge influence in my life and even to this day. And also, yeah, I just wanted to also say that I'm actually happy for Dima because she's going to be able to meet all her loved ones there, like Monam, her sisters, and brothers, and other family on the other side. So she must be, hopefully, she's having fun and enjoying her time there. And uh, eventually, I'll also meet her there after my lifetime duties are done. Meanwhile, I'll just try to follow her virtues that she's taught me, such as helping others around me, and continue growing as a person and spiritually, as she did. All right, that's pretty much my conclusion. So, and Akaidada is going to come and speak.
Hi everyone. So I'm just gonna keep it very short, but I just wanted, I think everyone knows that our family, the Nag Chaudhary family, is a very closely knit family. And then we've pretty much, when I was a kid, I remember we used to celebrate everything together. We used to have like almost weekly, if like get-togethers between all the brothers and sisters and everyone, right? So I remember after the passing of my eldest Hammi, Bort Hammi, whom a lot of you, of course, know as Deepali Nag. So she used to kind of bind the family together. So I remember after she passed on, Momo Hammi took up that mantle, and then she made sure the family, does not disperse, and then that all of us kind of retain that bond that we have with each other. So she just took that responsibility and made sure that that we all continue to kind of take pride and joy in each other's each other's company. And then I think that's kind of something which I really admire about her. And apart from that, I think one thing I've seen over the years, that you know uh, we all have ups and downs in our lives, but I think her smile was kind of something which went beyond all of that, right? So I think I just hope that she keeps flashing that smile, that wonderful smile wherever she is. And yeah, I hope that she gets together, and she keeps having those amazing get-togethers wherever she is now with the rest of them who are also there. That's pretty much all I had to say. Thank you.
Uh, Hello, this is Joey. I had the privilege to know Momotami for a very short amount of time, but within that time, she has been so welcoming. She had been so welcoming, and so all the elders and especially Momotami made me feel like a part of the family, and that I will remember throughout my life. She had the kindest smile, and whenever I would go to the Salt Lake house, Shima Pipi's house, she would always greet me with her blessings and her kind smile. And I have heard so many stories about her from Mamai, about how she became a part of the family, and how closely knit the family was and still is. I feel like I was there for many events. So that is what I remember, and that is what I will take with me. Thank you.
Anybody else wants to say anything? Didi, Chotidi, Shomita, Pradipta, anyone?
Is Pradeep online? Kalishima.
Only me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shima kichu bolbi?
I'll talk a bit later.
Okay.
I would like Meeti to say something because he spent a lot of time with us at one time. And
Yes,
she
I would like to. I was just remembering when there was a lot of political upheaval going on in Kolkata, the university shut down. And I was in my final year and I couldn't take my exam. My parents were going back to Mumbai. And so they left me with Mashi, Umashima, and Radhi. And I became like another daughter in the house. And Mashi was like a little mother to me. And she had the same rules for everybody, which were different from the rules that I had grown up with Baba and Ma. So we had an understanding on how I should conduct myself. And pretty much I fell in line, but we had some hair-raising incidents, which I will not bring up now, but I think Shima remembers, and Uma will remember too, and Radhi, you probably will too. We were all grown up at that time. Fortunately for me, my exams did take place. I did finish, and I went on to my master's, MBA, PhD. But I will never forget how she was a little mother to me. I never missed being part of the family, and I still appreciate how she treated me just like the other girls, just like her own daughter.
Anyone else? Thank you, Mitiriri. That was lovely.
Thank you.
Tale, maybe I can say a few words. I don't have anything prepared, so everything is sort of impromptu. I came into the Nag Chaudhary family in 1972, and I'm from a large family myself, where I have 47 cousins, and we all grew up together like brothers and sisters. And I saw the same thing in the Nag Chaudhary family. It's a close-knit, well-bonded family. So that was kind of heartwarming to me. And in 1972, I didn't know how I was going to get accepted, but apparently that was not a problem at all. When I first met Uma's parents, it was like they had known me for forever. It was welcoming and say, "Kaun acho, esho, esho," that type of a welcome. One person that we have not mentioned yet, who I got very close to, probably the closest amongst all you except for Uma, is Thamma. Thamma is Uma Shima Radhi's grandmother, who lived in Benares. And she was the first of the Nag Chaudhary family, other than Uma, that somebody's trying to join, that I got to know. And we hit it off from day one. And it was quite an experience for me, becoming friends with a grandmother from another family was unheard of. So it worked out very well for me. And then as time went on, people started passing on one by one. So now I'm finding myself in a position where there's nobody above us. So that brings another awakening. Okay. It's kind of hard to accept that all of our seniors are moving on one by one, There's only a couple left, but everybody that was part of the Nag Chaudhary clan, as I call it, the seniors are moving on. So that's the sad part, but that's the cycle of life. So Ma, wherever you are, rest in peace. That's all I have, Radhi.
Thank you, Shomita. Soman, you want to say something?
Sanjay Chakraborty
Yes,
just
yes, Radhi. Actually, you were in Canada at that time, so I had gone to see Auntie, and Raghav was with me. Um, we, you had Raghav was just born that year, and he was 3 months, 3 months old. So I had gone there because you
And
had
this link
left for
was
Canada.
by your
And
other
can you
device.
hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
So yes, so Radhi, remember you had sent a gift for Raghav with Ritam. So auntie called me and she said, "Ashte hobe ar bachchake ante hobe." She called me. I spoke to her on the phone, and I brought Raghav, and I was a new mom, very overwhelmed, and it was hard. But the moment I can never forget the moment I entered your house in Jadavpur. uh, Auntie took Raghav in her lap, and she said, "You tui bosh."
You want to say something?
And it was very. I will never forget that moment, because it was as if I'm so relieved, like oh, Auntie took Raghav and she's tui bosh. I felt she could feel how difficult motherhood is, probably. And I had just resigned from my job, and I was going through some lows, and I just didn't know. I can never forget that particular moment. It's just coming back to me this morning. Yes, she was such a warm person. She was such a warm person, and um, I'm just praying so that she's happy wherever she is. That's pretty much I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Suman. Anybody else? Chot Didi, Bod Didi? Maybe, Eva?
Nope.
No, she doesn't want to say anything right now.
Nope. There's so many people joining.
Paula.
The time I heard the news that morning, I felt like one huge tree. I was under a huge tree, shaded. Suddenly, that was gone. The morning calls, the evening calls, the birthday calls. She would bug Didi with, "You have to call. It's Rohan's birthday, Ritam's birthday, my birthday." She never forgot anybody's birthday, and she would call one day in advance. Those are memorable moments. I remember something about her in Southern Park when we used to live in Southern Park. A beautiful image that has stayed as an inspiration to me. I was very little at that time, so I was sneaking out of our room into the living room. Ma used to lie down there I still can have a clear picture. Listening to All India Radio, Western classical music, reading a book with a cup of coffee. That has stayed with me all my life and it will stay with me as a source of inspiration. She was such a voracious reader, lover of music, so talented in every way.
You can just say it like that.
Thank you.
No.
If I can say a little bit more, Shima, people were not here, but I do want to say that in our family, um, Gopal Gautam, Shunu Pullu, and my two brothers, Rani and Bunty, they all had sibling rivalries. Mashi understood them. And I think to some extent, Shima, you were the tomboy in the family. And for some reason, I think she got training from you or you got training from her, but she handled the sibling rivalries so well. She kept them together right to the end. And whenever there was an issue, any of them could talk to her, and she was like a mother to them, and she would give them good advice, and she kept the families going. So it was an amazing thing. You know, she majored in economics, but she was a tremendous psychologist in the family. She raised three girls, but she knew how to manage the boys who became men in the family. She was an amazing person. Her instincts were so right. She was so principled and she was such a joy to be around. We all trusted her and we all loved her very, very much.
Paula Sanjay, anything? No?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, she was uber cool. I I really thought she was smart, witty, calm, cool. She was just the best. I liked her a lot.
I think, that was something that I got attracted to as well. The house in Jadavpur seemed to be the hub. Every time we went to India, that was the gathering place. There'd be, you know, people were coming over all the time, and not just one or two people. They would just come in bunches, and at any given time, any given day, there'd be about 20 people having lunch and dinner and just having a good time at that house. So that again, that reminded me of our house in in Bolpur and Shantiniketan. Same environment and very welcoming. And her demeanor was such that she was not a very talkative person, but she always had everything under control. Even I don't know how all the cooking got done for so many people, but it got done. So the food just showed up, and it was just an amazing environment.
Yeah, very calm, in control, always.
Yep.
Ma spent the last few days, rather years, with me. We had lots and lots of fight. As usual, forever we were fighting. Me and Ma, we had means I was always cribbing about something and she would fight with me. I would fight with her rather. She never did say too many things. Sometimes also blaming her for certain things. Uh, but
The group name.
today, I means I really miss that because whenever I was in any problem, she was there to hear me out, whatever be it. Maybe with Pradeep, maybe about Ahuna, a lot of things. She always guided me through those things. Today, I have nobody to do that for me anymore. You know, she had the patience. She had lots of patience, which I totally, what to say, I do not have that. She had,
We know, I think.
yeah, I never had patience. And she had tons and tons of it. So we sort of complimented each other regarding that.
No, you did
Her
a
last
wonderful
few,
job. By 7 years, right, Shiva?
yeah,
What's it,
7
Shiva?
years. From
So right.
2016 May, she was with me. And I think those were my best years, uh, because before that, before my marriage, okay, we were together. And I was a student, and then I had many engagements. But when she came to live with me, uh, she had lots of time, and she did spend a lot of time with Pradeep in her later days when she lost her eyesight, which was really, really a very great, uh, what to say,
Handicap.
hindrance to her life. She had lost the meaning of life because she could not read, and that was her only entertainment. Her eyesight gradually faded away, and partly I think it's also the COVID times to blame. I don't know. The other day I was sitting and thinking about it. You know, we were housebound, and she said that I can't see, and but we couldn't take her to the doctor because uh, just the times were such that everybody was afraid to move around. The first time that we started going out, I took her to the doctor, and he said that her optic nerves were drying up, and at her age, that nothing could be done about it. And she also said that no, I mean, he said something about prism classes and things. I told her to go there, she wouldn't. But I was quite insistent because I knew how much she loved reading. And I think that was really, really hard on her. If we were company, but her books were her best friend. I miss that too.
রাজস্বী কিছু বলবি?
Nah, thanks, no.
Okay.
I have a personal an awkward story to share, and Rajesh is also part of the story. And this goes back to my teenage years. Um, and we had these bunch of hooligans staying next to us. Our neighbors, were inviting these young men, and they were misbehaving with us and Rajeshi and some other people. I don't remember, but we were young teenage girls, and they were obviously trying to be fresh with us, and we didn't know we were also engaging with them. And I got into a lot of trouble, and so it became slightly dangerous for me to hang out in my house with my friends. And I had a lot of friends. I had a lot of boyfriends also. And so Ma said that go and be with Shima, Uma, like Momo. রাধির বাড়িতে চলে যাও, মোমোর বাড়িতে যাও. And obviously, the I went there, without any question. And reflecting back on this small incident, I remember when I walked into Momor Bari, I never realized that it was not my body, right? I went in and started behaving exactly the way I would in my own house. And I took over the living room and invited all my friends to have parties again. And so I share this story because I don't think I've met anyone so non judgmental like Momo. She did not raise one eyebrow. It was one of the most normal things to do, as if I don't know if I could behave like that. And this, I've thought about this incident later and thought how cool and how accepting and non-judgmental she was. And this is one of the lessons that I carry with her. She was a great cook. She was a great personality, very restrained, dignified, all of that. But to be so non-judgmental about teenage girls and their behavior is something that is quite extraordinary. So I just wanted to share that.
Paula,
Paula,
probably she had already faced that with me.
was this the Jodhpur Park house?
Yes.
Jadavpur house.
Yeah, but the incident was happening in the Jodhpur Park house. It became a huge affair. Like Ronojoy Karlekar, Mahashita Devi, all these people were involved. And so I still remember this because of the way the whole transition happened. And I started living in Momo's house, and my friend circle, everybody seemed to move there. And it was as, like very normal, as if it was my own house. Um, it's remarkable. I don't know who else has this kind of childhood, but of course, the Nakchodhuris, we all know, we cousins, like our sisters, we had a great childhood and teenage years, and our parents were remarkable liberals. And Momo, of course, takes leadership there. So,
No, Eva, look at that. It's Winnie. Do you see Winnie?
Winston.
Yeah, when we first got our dachshund dog, the first one, Ma was totally against it. But because Baba and I wanted the dog, she gave in. And Rexy, even though I brought him home, he became Ma's pet. And he just followed her around everywhere. So even though she didn't want the dog, he became hers. And then all the future generations that followed after that for years and years and years. She dealt with that.
She continued that out here too, because our little one was there when she came in. He was very careful. Everybody of us have always tripped over him. Man, he was never near Ma because he knew that Ma was, a bit uh, disbalanced and type of. He never disturbed Ma. He was so fond of her, he would go and sit with her for hours, never disturbing her because she would read and he would sit next to her. Or lying down at at the foot of her bed, he would always be around her. But never once did she trip. All of us have tripped over him, but never Ma. He was so fond of her. I think humans and dogs, everybody took to her and liked her very much. Of late, Ohuna also has started getting these dogs around, and the funniest, a very uncanny thing, this Kali, who's Ohuna's latest pet, she was so fond of Ma, she would sit outside her door when Ma was sick, never entering it. Only the last day she entered, and that's it. Right. And started crying, and that's when Ma passed away.
One incident I would like to share with everybody here. For some reason, Shima being a tomboy in her childhood, then impatient, angry. But for some reason, she used to think that uh, if she can feed Ma well, uh,
Protein.
5-6 times a day, and give all the medicine on time, consult doctor almost every day, then she will make Ma leave forever. Uh, that become a kind of
Torture for?
huh? Huh?
Do you want to say that it was a torture for?
No, I don't say that was a torture for her, but at times it used to be, especially for the food. Um, say you just can't eat every day the normal way. And sometimes you'll not feel like eating, but Shima will not leave Ma without eating. Because that was her motto. Eat well, have medicines, then nothing can touch you. But I mean, that's not a reality we all know. Uh, uh, we
Why don't you share the times you spent with her?
uh, no, it's basically I used to spend most of the time during breakfast table, and the discussions were used to be all old days, and I used to behave like a journalist, asking questions to her and getting all the answers. And she was patient enough to listen to all my funny questions and replied all of them. All of them, till I mean, it's political, family, personal life, our বিয়ের আগের family. Uh, I mean, we discussed so many things. I mean, why she had to stop studying. Uh, this, that, and other. Endless stories. Um, to kind of develop good bond. I mean, good relationship, good bondage. And she used to wait for me. I mean, when I used to, uh, uh, I mean, used to go to bring a cigarette or something. So she used to ask, তুই কি আসবি আবার নাকি আজকের মতো এখানেই শেষ? So that was মানে that was the kind of the discussion, solid discussions we both loved. Used to went on. That's all. Uh, our house is almost empty now. Um, uh, বারবার মনে হয় probably she's lying there. এখনো we all make mistakes. But the way life is. Nothing more.
It's almost like she never left, right?
Yeah. কালকে গৌতম কতগুলো গৌতম came and gave the pictures. তো সুন্দর মালা টালা দিয়ে খুব সুন্দর করে সাজিয়ে নিয়ে এসেছিল।
Would you like to show them the altar?
I mean, that picture is there, no? No, okay. এখানে দেখানো যাবে?
হ্যাঁ, দেখা যাবে। আমাদের যদি দেখা যায় তাহলে কেন যাবে? এটা নিয়ে যাও, এটাকে নিয়ে ওখান থেকে কিছু সরিও না।
ক্যামেরাটা অন কর প্রদীপ দা।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, না ওখানে যাক, তারপরে ওখানে নিয়ে গিয়ে ক্যামেরাটা অন করে দাও, ওটা দেখতে পাবো।
ক্যামেরাটা অন করে শেয়ার দ্য স্ক্রিন, তাহলে আরো বড় করে দেখতে পাবো।
আমি এখন চশমা পরিনি, ঘুমিয়ে আছি।
সূর্য আছে।
সৌর্য কিছু বলবি?
তুই কি দেখতে পাচ্ছিস?
না,
আমি তো ক্যামেরাটা অন করলাম।
ক্যামেরাটা তো অফ করলি তুই।
অন ছিল তখন।
এখন দেখা যাচ্ছে ছবি, দেখা যাচ্ছে না। এইবার এবার জুম ইন কর।
আমি তো ধরে আছি।
or try to share the screen if you can.
দাঁড়া, আমাকে চশমাটা আনতে। তুই দেখ চেষ্টা। Where did it? Oh, I can't find it. How do I share the screen?
Maybe at the top right, most likely. तुझी की laptop है ना cell phone है?
Neither. I'm on the iPad. এবার কোথায় share the screen করো?
That top right এ কিছু থাকলে it'll say share. I don't know if you'll see it on the iPad.
No, I can't see.
Usually iPads have it.
Yeah. Do you see a dot somewhere
Yeah.
on the iPad?
Yeah.
3 dots together.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see that, right?
Yeah. I
So you
see
just
that.
yeah, you just tap that tap those 3 dots.
It's notifications coming only. Okay, I'll share the pictures.
Just a minute. Let us try to get through to it. Just a minute. Eta ki? Not that. Just a minute. Don't know. Don't see anything out here. Where are the 3?
Top right hand corner, there are 3 dots.
Need.
Well, you have to try করেছিস? Did you try the ellipse or the 3 dots? If you click on that,
But 3 dots টা দেখতে পাচ্ছি না।
দেখা যাচ্ছে না. I'm not familiar with the iPad, so I won't be able to tell you.
Or maybe you can share those photos with Radhi VP, then we can show that here.
Yeah, that can be done.
Yeah, maybe you can email it to her and then we can...
এগুলো কি প্রদীপ তোর স্ক্যান করা আছে ছবিগুলো?
এখনো না, এই স্ক্যান করে তো তোদের পাঠিয়েছিলাম আমি।
আচ্ছা, সেটা
পাঠিয়েছিলাম
আমি
রাইট
দেখছি।
থেকে।
Hang on just a second.
Yeah, we can see some flowers, garlands, pictures, but they are faint. And we're getting a sense of what you have on display.
এইটাই তো দেখো, এটা তো এখানে দিলে দেখো এই 3টে স্ক্রিন, এই 2টো স্ক্রিন আছে। What is that?
কোনটা কি? Shamita can find them.
না,
I'm looking for it.
Not these pictures. These are the pictures.
This is multiple windows. Oh God. Probably only host can share. We cannot share this.
চেয়ারটা রাখো, তাহলে চেয়ারটা বসে সবাই বোর হয়ে যাচ্ছে।
তাহলে ছেড়ে দে, সমিত একটু দেখিয়ে দে।
হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে। আমারও অসুবিধা হচ্ছে ওটা বের করতে।
ঠিক আছে রে। So
আকাশ চেষ্টা করছে।
এবার কি দেখতে পাচ্ছিস কিছু?
হ্যাঁ, এবার দেখা যাচ্ছে, বাট খুব ছোট্ট ফ্রেমে দেখা যাচ্ছে। Let me see if I can enlarge it. হ্যাঁ, এগুলো তো পাঠিয়েছিস।
হ্যাঁ, এগুলো পাঠিয়েছি।
হ্যাঁ, এই দুটোই আছে।
হ্যাঁ, দুটোই পাঠিয়েছি।
কিন্তু ও এগুলোকে এত বড় করে ফ্রেম করে এনেছে কালকে।
হ্যাঁ,
looking gorgeous.
সেটাই বলছিলাম, এটাকে যদি মানে হাই রেজলিউশনে স্ক্যান করে পাঠাস,
ওটা তো হাই রেজলিউশন করেই পাঠিয়েছি তোকে।
না হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে তো হাই রেজলিউশন হয় না, WhatsApp it soups it down.
তোকে তো
So,
মেলে পাঠিয়েছে।
হ্যাঁ মেলে যদি পাঠাস তাহলে ফুল
আমি তো
রেজলিউশন।
ইমেইলে কিছু দেখছি না। সীমার কাছে, সমিতার কাছে হয়তো আছে, আমি তো
না
পাচ্ছি না।
আমার কাছে আমার ইমেলে কিছু নাই, হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে আছে, বাট দ্যাটস নট হাই রেজলিউশন। এই যে এই ছবিটা,
Yeah.
Oh, this is a lovely picture.
হ্যাঁ এটা এই দুটোই ইমেল করে পাঠিয়ে দে হাই রেজলিউশনে।
And this particular frame I remember so much because whenever I used to ask difficult questions, she used to just smile every day, just like that. No answer. And I mean, to ask her, how come you become so? I mean, all answers are so politically correct. Don't cross your boundaries. Don't cross your this thing. And I used to get this smile.
Now you can see the pictures.
Yep.
Yeah, this one and the one with Baba and Ma.
These sarees were মানে পুরো মোমো signature sarees. The তসর রঙের the color, and then the par kotki, and even when she gave us cushion covers. I have a lot of cushion covers and things from her. And there is also this particular style of things that Momo would pick, mostly handlooms. And
we decided to take family pictures when
I have rarely seen people wearing so much of tasar.
Yes, always muted colors, never anything loud.
রিকের মুখে ভাতে না, একটা বাড়িতে জাস্ট এমনি যাদবপুরের বাড়িতে মুখে ভাত কোথায় হলো? রিকের মুখে ভাত তো ওখানে হয়নি।
আমি জিজ্ঞেস করছি এটা কোথায়?
এটা ওই দোতলায় ওই যে পর্দা ওইখানটা।
এটা কত সালের হবে এই ছবিটা?
I think if I'm not
89
বাবা মার অ্যানিভার্সারি বোধহয়।
না না, এটা অ্যানিভার্সারি না, এটা ইয়ে একবার ফ্যামিলি পিকচার্স তোলা হয়েছিল অনেকগুলো। I think it was
89 রিকিকে নিতে যখন গেছিলে। Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and part of that was the all the rest of us with Rohan and Rick.
Yes. Rick, little tiny, and Rohan,
little bigger. Yeah, that's when this picture was taken.
I remember now.
Like she used to live in the same house. That was one of her moms. I don't know if it's in the US.
89 in the middle room.
Yes, with that screen.
With the curtains in the back.
Yeah. Anybody wants to share anything? Tojo? No?
I have lots to share, Madhi. I don't have them prepared. আমার কাছে অনেক কিছুই আছে I could share, but I wasn't prepared for all this.
What, the pictures?
Yeah, we didn't, none of us prepared, because I thought we will just say whatever we remember of her. Just impromptu. When this visit, when I went, she wasn't able to talk, but we could see the spark in her eyes, how happy she was to see all three of us together.
Exactly.
And I used to sit in the mornings sometimes with her, and I would switch on the Gita because she was very fond of listening to the Gita. She had this Gita club where all the ladies gathered together and they discussed the Gita. So I could see the calmness. She would open her eyes when I started it, and she would shut the eyes and listen to it, one chapter at a time. I am very thankful that I could visit her when we could.
Yes, so am I. I didn't think I was going to see her one last time, but I
Yes.
did. And I'm extremely grateful for that.
Yes, I am too. And I remember three of us, we were sitting at the dining table, and Chodidi said, once you people go, I don't know how long she will stay.
Yeah.
As if she was just waiting for us to see three of us together, because that was 18 years later that we met, and three of us were together.
Yeah.
We always planned and went at different times so that she would have something to look forward to always.
Yeah.
That way, actually, I must thank her doctor. She was very fond of him too. Whenever he used to come and tell her, "Arey, apni to darun achen," it's ekdom 100%. She would give her smile, and yeah. And he told me that it's time you should call your sisters if you have anybody. This is the time to come for them to come, and I'm really grateful for that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Another
All
great
my
thing,
friends,
Monjoini, do you
and
want to say anything? Sorry.
I think another great thing was that she could be, she was completely conscious. She could recognize all of you. You know, her mind was working, her senses
Yes.
were working, and you know, she took all three of you in and recognized all of you. And, you know, that's going to go a long way towards helping you heal.
Yeah.
I want
One
to
time. Go ahead.
I wanted to share a little thing. Didi had brought a letter from Shari and a letter from Ava to Ma. One morning I was sitting with her and I read the letters to her. She took the letters from my hand. She couldn't see at that time, but she tried to read them because those were such special letters for her. When Ritam used to call on video, and I told Ritam she can't respond, just talk. And Ritam would talk and she would have a smile in her face. Rohan called her, I think, from the airport. The same thing.
yeah, Rohan called her from the airport. She spoke to him, and then she had her breakfast. And after that, she went. Normally, she dozed off during that time, and that
No,
dozing off was her last. So
no,
last time she
that
spoke.
was earlier.
No,
He
the
called
same
from
day
the
that he.
airport on the 21st.
Yeah, that was the day that she had her first attack.
No, you're making a mistake.
She
That
had her
was
first on the 6th.
She passed away on. Oh yeah.
On the 27th.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, she passed away on the 27th. Yes. Tuki Didi just called. She wanted to talk to me. So I said that I'm attending this yeah. So
Mhm.
I said that she wouldn't know anybody other than us and Mithi Didi. She wouldn't recognize others. So she said, okay, I'll talk to you later.
Sorry if I didn't send it to everyone. I just sent it to whoever was on my list. And I thought,
No, it's okay. I think she understands because
okay.
she said that I'll talk to you later. You attend that.
Do you remember when we were having breakfast that day, and then we were talking away, and then the caretaker came and said that she's getting very annoyed that you're talking amongst yourself and not with her. So we all had to immediately get up and go to her room.
Yes. Even at that moment, we were scared of her being upset.
And she couldn't even talk.
No.
That was the funny part.
But we did want to, we didn't go there because we thought we were disturbing her. We would disturb her.
No.
Yeah, we thought she was taking a nap and we were eating breakfast. But I guess
We
she
went
was.
because she was annoyed.
Well, actually, she liked people. All her life, she loved people. That was her. And whenever all my friends who knew her closely, each time after hearing about her, they called and talked about how much she used to feed them.
Yeah. A
And
lot of my friends say the same thing.
all of them were very scared of her, but eagerly waited for the dishes she would serve them.
That is
Including
where Baba and Ma were such a contrast.
Yeah.
Everybody was scared of her, and nobody, including me, was ever scared of Baba.
No, because he used to come and join also. If we weren't studying, he would come and join with us, chat with us. Ma never did that.
Right.
Right.
But she would always send food at the right moment, knowing very well when we are hungry.
Yes, and the last time, not now, but 6 years ago when I was there, or 4 years ago when I was there with Ava and Bashanti came to visit, and she mentioned that she thought I had we always shared. I mean, no matter how little each of us had, we would divide it up and we would share. And she said that I had the most interesting tiffins. So that was
Right.
all Ma.
We were
All
never
the
allowed to
innovative
have outside
sandwiches that
food.
we used to take.
Yeah, the mashed up mangsho jhol.
No, but we never were allowed to have outside food. Do you remember that?
Yes. That was mostly Baba, I think. Baba
I don't
hated.
know, but Ma used to give us so much of tiffin. When I said that I can't take so little tiffin, she used to gradually increase the size of my tiffin box, but wouldn't allow me to eat out, even when I was in college.
Seema, do you remember Ma saying, Pocha me? Do you remember the Pocha me? Or you
Yeah, of
don't?
course. Of course.
You do. You know,
Yeah, of course.
it's in my subconscious. You know, nobody else has ever said that, but she explained it to me. She said, "You girls keep getting sick all the time. Pocha me." So, you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of in my brain, and I say, I shouldn't get sick because then I'm going to become a Patame. Even now, it's in my subconscious, and it came from Mashi.
সেটা
Yeah.
মা সব থেকে বেশি বলতো রাধিকে।
Yes, that's why I was laughing. Shara Jibon, all my life I've heard that. I was I
Sickliest of the
turn
lot.
right, I turn left, I would be sick. But majority of it was allergies, which was not diagnosed at that time.
I guess I got the brunt of the allergies.
You were
And-
accepted allergic. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I
Which
was
is
the
very
sickly child.
well, probably because I never got fevers and you did.
Yeah.
So
প্রদীপ এক্ষুনি এসে আমায় বলে গেল যে এবার যখন প্রদীপ was gardening, he has this gardening and ma loved to মানে whenever he used to have these cabbages, very tightly grown cabbages, he used to love making the badhakopi jhol with
Yep.
it. And so she had promised Pradeep this time that she would give him the recipe for that if he has good badakubis this year.
Yeah, not only the recipe, she will sit in the kitchen instructing me.
She'll sit in the kitchen instructing him. This was between him and Ma. I don't know. I wasn't there then.
Did that happen?
She was,
No. The
How can it
badakopis are
happen?
not yet grown.
Yeah. That used to be one of my most favorite things to eat.
Yeah, we all of us.
It's such a time-consuming,
Recipe.
involved recipe. I don't even remember the last time I made it.
I have to say something.
Go ahead.
I have a house full of family and friends. I have invited them for dinner and I haven't served them dinner yet.
Oh.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have this whole thing recorded, so I'll try to convert this to a MP4 or something and see if I can share it with everybody.
That would be awesome because
gonna
Shushmita Di
try.
could not join.
No guarantees, but I'll try.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Shushmita doesn't have her connections that way, and if she was here, she would be there, I'm sure.
Okay then.
Okay. She
All
also
right.
came over to meet Ma.
Yeah, she was one of Ma's other daughters. Yeah.
Yeah. Baba used to always say that I have 4 daughters. She was one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
She was there with me all throughout.
Yeah. She felt the pull.
Yeah, she did. Anyway, Radhi, এবার তুই যা।
ঠিক আছে।
সবাইকে খেতে দে।
I think we also can wind it up. What do you say, Shomita?
Yeah, I'm going to stop the recording and then I'll turn everything off. So
Bye, everyone.